The handcuffs clicked shut around her wrists. "You're under arrest for resisting," Officer Daniels barked, shoving her against the patrol car. The woman in the sundress didn't flinch. Her voice was calm, ice cold. "Badge number. Now." "Lady, you don't get to make demands." I said, "Badge number." The crowd had their phones out. The officers smirked. They had no idea who she was. But in exactly 8 minutes, their careers would be over. What happened next exposed a system, a scandal, and a truth no one wanted to face. If you want to see how this story ends, and trust me, you do, hit that subscribe button right now. You won't believe what happens next. Her name was Captain Diane Morris, 42 years old, 20 years on the force, the first black woman to make captain in the city's history. She'd earned every stripe, every commendation, every scar, physical and otherwise. But today she wasn't Captain Morris. Today she was just Diane, off duty, in jeans, a yellow sundress, and sandals. No badge, no gun, just a woman trying to enjoy her Saturday afternoon in the park with her 10-year-old niece, Maya. The park was busy, families grilling, kids playing soccer, couples walking dogs. Diane sat on a bench, watching Maya chase butterflies near the fountain. For the first time in months, she felt light. Then she heard it. Shouting. Diane turned. 2 white officers, Officer Daniels and Officer Brennan, were confronting a young black man near the basketball courts. The man, maybe 19, had his hands up. "I didn't do anything," he pleaded. "We got a call about someone matching your description," Daniels said, hand on his holster. Diane's instincts kicked in. She stood, scanning the scene. The kid wasn't armed, wasn't aggressive. He was terrified. She walked over slowly, hands visible. "Excuse me, officers. What's the situation here?" Daniels glared. "Ma'am, step back. This is police business." "I understand. I'm just asking what he's being detained for." "That's none of your concern." The young man's eyes locked with Diane's, a silent plea. She kept her voice steady, professional. "Under the Fourth Amendment, he has a right to know why he's being detained. If there's no probable cause—" "Oh, so now we got a lawyer," Brennan laughed. "Lady, if you don't back up, you're going to be in cuffs too." Her jaw tightened. She knew the law better than these two combined, but she also knew the game. One wrong move, one perceived threat, and this could escalate. "I'm just concerned," she said evenly. "I'm a member of this community. I have a right to observe." Daniels stepped closer. "You got ID?" She hesitated. Her captain's badge was at home, her driver's license, in her car, parked 3 blocks away. "Not on me." "Then you need to leave now." And that's when everything went wrong. Maya ran up, tugging Diane's hand. "Auntie, I'm thirsty." Diane smiled down at her. "1 second, baby." But Daniels saw an opportunity. "Who's the kid?" "That's your daughter?" "My niece." "She got ID?" Diane's blood glowed cold. "She's 10 years old." "So, you're admitting you don't have identification for either of you?" Brennan chimed in, circling around. The crowd was gathering now, phones out, recording. Diane's voice stayed calm, but her heart was pounding. "Officer, I haven't committed a crime. Neither has this young man. You have no legal basis to demand my ID." Daniel smirked. "Obstruction of justice, that's a crime." "I'm standing 10 feet away. I haven't interfered." "You're interfering right now." The young man tried to speak. "Yo, she didn't do nothing." "Shut up," Brennan shoved him. That's when Diane stepped forward. Not aggressive, just protective. "Hey, don't put your hands on him." Daniels grabbed her arm. hard. "Ma'am, you're under arrest." The world tilted. Diane didn't resist. She knew better. She let them turn her around, let them pull her arms behind her back. The metal cuffs bit into her wrists. Maya screamed, "Auntie Di!" "It's okay, baby," Diane said, her voice shaking now. "Call your mom. Tell her what happened. It's okay." But it wasn't okay. Brennan pushed Diane towards the patrol car. The crowd was yelling now. "She didn't do nothing! Y'all wrong for this! This is harassment!" Daniels ignored them, shoving Diane into the back seat. The door slammed. She sat there, hands cuffed, watching through the window as Maya cried on the curb, as the young man was dragged away in cuffs too. And in that moment, Captain Diane Morris, decorated officer, leader, protector, felt like so many others had felt. Powerless. But they didn't know who they just arrested. And when they found out, the fallout would be nuclear. Don't go anywhere. This is about to get insane. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss how this ends. The ride to the precinct was silent. Diane stared out the window, her mind racing. She knew the protocol, knew her rights, but she also knew how this worked. Once you're in the system, even for an hour, the damage is done. They pulled into the station. Daniels yanked her out of the car, parading her through the front entrance like a trophy. Inside, the booking area was buzzing. Officers milling around, civilians waiting, the usual chaos. Diane kept her head up. Daniels shoved her towards the booking desk. Got a disorderly conduct and obstruction. The desk sergeant, Sergeant Lopez, barely looked up. Name. Diane's voice was steady, clear. Diane Morris. Lopez typed, then froze. His eyes flicked to the screen, then to her, back to the screen. "Wait, Diane Morris?" "Yes." Lopez's face went pale. He clicked something, clicked again. Then he stood up fast, nearly knocking over his chair. "Captain Morris?" The room went silent. Daniels blinked. "What?"
Lopez turned, his voice rising. "You arrested Captain Morris?" Brennan laughed nervously. "That's not... She didn't say..." "She's the captain of the East Side Division," Lopez shouted. "Are you out of your minds?" Diane stood there, cuffed, expressionless. Daniel's face drained of color. "She didn't identify herself. I asked for your badge numbers. Twice." Lopez was already on the phone. "Sir, we have a situation." Within 90 seconds, Lieutenant Commander Harrison stormed into booking. Diane had worked with him for 12 years. His face was a storm. "Uncuff her. Now." Brennan fumbled with the keys. The cuffs clicked open. Diane rubbed her wrists, her eyes locked on Daniel's. Harrison's voice was barely controlled. "Captain Morris, I am so sorry." "Don't apologize to me," Diane said. "Apologize to the young man you arrested for no reason. Apologize to my 10-year-old niece who watched you brutalize her aunt." Silence. "Where's my paperwork?" Diane asked. Lopez stammered. We convoyed..." "Where is my paperwork?" She wanted the record, the proof. Because this wasn't over. Not even close. The video hit the internet within 2 hours. Multiple angles, crystal clear audio. Diane being cuffed, Maya crying, the crowd chanting, Daniel shoving her into the car. And the kicker? Someone had caught the moment at the precinct, the moment Lopez said, "You arrested Captain Morris?" It went viral in minutes. Hashtag Captain Morris trended nationally. News vans swarmed the precinct by sunset. Diane sat in Harrison's office, still in her sundress, still shaking with adrenaline. Harrison paced. "Diane, I swear, we will handle this. Internal Affairs is already—" "You'll handle it?" Diane's voice was sharp. "How many times has this happened, Commander? How many black men and women have been arrested, humiliated, brutalized by officers who didn't know, and nothing changes? This is different. It's only different because I'm a captain." She stood, her voice breaking now. "What about the kid they arrested? What about the hundreds of others who don't have a badge to protect them?" Harrison had no answer. By Monday morning, the story had exploded. National news, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, everyone. The mayor called a press conference. The police chief promised a full investigation. Daniels and Brennan were suspended, their faces plastered across every screen in the country. But Diane didn't feel victorious. She felt exhausted. Because she knew. She knew what happened to officers who were suspended. Paid leave, a slap on the wrist, then back on the streets. So she did something no one expected. She held her own press conference. The cameras flashed as she stepped up to the podium. No uniform, just Diane, in that same yellow sundress. "My name is Captain Diane Morris, and yes, I was unlawfully arrested this weekend. But I'm not here to talk about me." She pulled out a folder. Pages and pages. "These are incident reports from the last 3 years. 57 cases of unlawful detention in our city. 49 of them involving black civilians. Only 3 resulted in disciplinary action." The room erupted. "I've spent 20 years in this uniform. I've bled for this badge. But I will not be silent while the system I serve continues to fail the people I swore to protect." She locked eyes with the camera. "This isn't about 2 bad cops. This is about a broken system. And if we don't fix it, we don't deserve to wear the badge." The video played on every network for a week, and the world finally started listening. 3 months later, Daniels and Brennan were fired. Not suspended, fired. Their badges revoked, their pensions under review. The young man they arrested, Marcus Johnson, had all charges dropped. He stood beside Diane at a city council meeting where new policies were passed. Mandatory de-escalation training, body camera accountability, civilian oversight committees. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. Diane was promoted to deputy chief, the highest-ranking black woman in the department's history. But the day that mattered most? The day she went back to the park with Maya. Same bench, same sundress, same butterflies. Maya looked up at her. "Auntie, are you scared of the police?" Diane thought about it. Really thought. "I'm not scared of what they can be. I'm scared of what they are when no one's watching." She squeezed Maya's hand. "But I'm not giving up because people like us, we don't get to give up." Maya nodded. And somewhere in 1,000 cities, 1,000 park benches, people were watching, listening, learning. The change doesn't come from silence. It comes from standing up. Even when you're standing alone. Even when it costs you everything. The story wasn't just about one woman. It was about every person who's ever been judged by their skin instead of their character. If this moved you, share it. Comment below and subscribe because stories like this, they need to be told. Justice isn't given. It's demanded.